I just wanted to use a few minutes to make a contribution to this very, very important debate. First of all, Minister, and I know it was a difficult day for you, I do appreciate the fact that you've come in here and stayed for this debate, and I think that is acknowledged and accepted by everybody that's in the House at the moment. And I also have to pay tribute to, as a colleague in our own constituency, this is one issue that you have really been very, very active on, and indeed I know that you treat this issue with great passion and great commitment. And as you know from our spokesperson Timmy Dooley, we are very much in support of this debate today, and we certainly need to be discussing this quite a lot in this House, and it's interesting to listen to the debate around here today and listen to the comments. And I think while we would like to see the government naturally doing more, there's one thing very certain from here: if we don't agree on a lot of things, we do agree we have a massive problem with the plastic business, the plastic industry. But of course we also have to recognise that there are several hundred firms involved in this industry in this country, and several thousand jobs. And I think Deputy Connolly referred to it in a European context of the amount of people and the amount of money that's generated in that business. Nevertheless, Minister, as you know, driving to the countryside, I know it's something that angers you. We see what has happened, and we see that people are extremely angry, extremely annoyed. And you take the national primary route to our own constituency, from Tarmanbarry on the Longford border right to the Mayo border out to Ballydreen, what has happened. And it's gone so bad on that national route that people now are saying we are going to go out and slow down traffic, which I wouldn't advise them to do, and just start cleaning up and show them what we have in our countryside. And it's plastic cups, it's nappies, it's used contraceptives, it's clothes, it's papers, you name anything under the sun, tyres dumped in abundance along routes. And it's bad on the N4, and it's bad on the N6, and it's bad on all roads throughout the country. Never mind speaking about the countryside. And I know in our own area that you did, in relation to litter control, bring some money in there to clean up an absolute mess. Now, not by one person dumping a small bag, which is against the law and has to be dealt with, but what I know is going on in our country is that there are certain groups operating under the darkness of night, saying to some people, we will take your litter or your bags of litter for a small charge. These are not legitimate operators, and they are doing enormous damage, and they're right throughout the country. And in my view, Minister, we have to look at very serious laws being implemented to deal extremely harshly with those people. I'm not talking about putting a severe penalty on some individual who does something small. But these guys, and you know, Minister, it's happening to a degree. We can't. People will tell you where this problem is. And you go and you look where it is, and you get these 1-ton bags filled to the brim, thrown into our bogs with all sorts of waste. It is very hard to get a name. It is very hard to identify. And I think we have to look at the law, and no holds barred in terms of dealing with those type of people. Because in my belief, those type of people should be jailed for what they're doing. Let's cut to the chase here. And they are going to keep doing this. Now, all the other people who are at this, in a smaller way, I understand and accept that have to be dealt with by the law, but not to the extent that I'm talking about. These groups operating under the dark of night, and people wrongly giving their waste, maybe because they can't afford it economically or whatever. But as I always say to people, if you have a problem getting rid of your waste, get onto your local authority or somebody and we'll deal with it. Don't dump it in the countryside. So, to conclude here, I have to say it's good we're having the debate. But as you know, Minister, there's one other great thing happening, that all of our schools, primary, second level, are all into this in a major way. They have the green message, the green idea, and that is what gives me hope for the future. But we're at a critical juncture, and we're going to have to take action here in this House, or whoever's in government, to deal in a major issue, in a serious way, with this major issue that we have. Thank you.